that time once again for another Ashran Trash Can, March the 4th, 2025. One thing about Ashran is they hardly give you enough time to get everything in the beginning, so sometimes you are lagging behind. So it's best if you have a new spot to just group up with everybody before you start the team fight. Don't forget to hit that like, share, subscribe, and notification bell. Where are the Alliance? Where are they going? They're going to the Ring of Conquest. We're going to head on over here, fight them on the stairs. This is not the best place to take them out here because they do have the high ground and it's a bottleneck. They can put a lot of slows and roots and everything else right here where you're just stuck down the hill. We got to make our way up top. I'm going to bubble up there, try to hit something. I probably should have used electric shock, but I did not. Sometimes, man, you just forget about stuff and it's just a little too late. I do have them on a different row of hotkeys, it looks like, too. So sometimes they're just a little bit out of reach from the key you need, right? That fat finger is not going to hit the right button all the time. We're still fighting them here, though. We've gotten 4 HKs so far. We haven't lost a soul yet. That's good news. They do have 7 healers. We have 6. Should be a pretty even fight. If I recall, this fight was probably about a half hour long. And I think it was pretty even far as like team fight wise. Obviously, we're going to start overwhelming them as we start taking some of their targets out. Get some of their healers down, and then the rest of them will pretty much melt. They do have a lot of melee. Couple of paladin tanks, a lot of warriors, some more paladins. You got that monk in here as well. Obviously, the melee on the road get a lot more HP, so that's where they want to fight the most. Our mage was getting attacked, so we had to hurry up and get back to the base. Doesn't look like it was a full wipe on their team, though, because their score is still 155. If it would have been a full team wipe, they would be down to 140, right? We did not go in the beginning to Zerg their mage. That's going to be another 30 points we got to pick up somewhere along the way. Look at all these warriors, though, man. That 20 million HP is just ridiculous. As a hunter, you can see I only have 10 million. So, hey, they literally have double our HP. So they can just push us around like we're nothing. Obviously, if they get out of their healer's range and we get enough people target them, they will go down. But hey, when they're in the middle of their team like this one right here, we had 11 people attacking the warrior. He survives pretty much every time. Ice wall? Who did the ice wall there? I hope that wasn't our friendly one. We need to take out somebody. Paladin's got blessing and protection up. That means you can only use magical damage when they have that one up. It's not the Divine Shield, which means they are totally immune to everything. We're starting to push them off this flag, though. They got 1 kill on us in this team fight, and we've gotten 2. It's a pretty even fight, for real. Big time. They got some rogues as well. A couple of sass rogues. And they even have survival hunter, too. And demon hunter. So they do have a lot of melee, for sure. Took out the monk right there. Now we seem to get in control of this flag. We got to take out them healers. Well, they got 3 priests, paladin, and 2 druids. We have a lot of matches, but I seem to recall this one being a lot of team fighting. And if looking at the timeline, it's going to show there's not a whole lot of the video gets cut out because it's just a lot of action, man. They're all stacked up right here. We're capping the Crossroads flag. Our mage is under attack. Yeah, mage is not dropping that fast. They probably got a couple of rogues back there, maybe. That's what I would think. The rogue and the boomy might be trying to do a quick play there. Oh, the AA spawns. Okay, we got to go over there and claim that. You definitely do not want them to have the ancient artifact. So I'm going to take it on the hunter here. Looks like I should have it. There it is. Ancient artifact. Got my books. Going to go ahead and learn those real quick here. Do I need to recall to the base to get back to our team, or can I just run back to Crossroads? That is the next question. Looks like I'm just going to go ahead and run back. I'm going to go over this way just to make sure I avoid anybody that's trying to pull me in over there. They do have 1 Death Knight, but it doesn't really matter anymore because everybody can use Web Pool. Web Pool is one of the world PvP items that works inside of Battlegrounds, and you can basically grip and stun any target. Hell, you can even pull a lot of NPCs as well. I'm starting to fall back a little bit. The flag is at F4, but we have no way to get up there to start capping it. They are still pushing us here. They have a lot of pressure with that melee line. Don't underestimate the melee line, for sure. Lots of the warriors and everything, and those mortal strikes from the arms warriors, so they are able to take out targets because of that debuff on incoming heals for sure. Trying to take out this hunter here. I'm going to have to start falling back, though. They're getting a little too close to me with this AA. I did get the killing blow, though. Get the kill, fall back. Get the kill, fall back. Now, I do have the hunter book. Perhaps I should go up into our Mage Tower there. Whenever you're in your Mage Tower, though, you want to make sure to keep flares down and traps for sure, because they will obviously send their stealth up there to try and take you out. Don't be shy, people. Burn cooldown. So let's go up there and try to snipe some targets. Not too good hitting into plate. Let's see if we can get the healers. Oh, they're just out of range, just barely here. Man, let them come a little bit further up. They got to push in a little bit more to F2. The flag's at Crossroads right now. Perhaps they'll push in a little bit more once they cap Crossroads and start pushing here to try to cap the F2. Volley goes pretty far, so I hit the volley there. I'm okay for right now. Doing some rapid fires, just trying to get some long range attacks. Everyone seems to be attacking these warriors, so see if we can take them out. The warrior's real low. He's running. I probably can one-shot this hunter here, right? Just got to make sure to not run off the tower. You obviously could do that very easily. Easy peasy. Monk usually is a pretty easy target to take out too. Let's get this aim shot. Boom. Oh, you got touch of karma at the last second. Hit for 4 million though and took him out anyway. Sometimes that's all you need, right? Oh, the Lizzie McGuire going ahead and teleport back. That's fine. Get close enough to the Mage Tower that you feel the heat from... Okay, I don't think you need to be that close. Let's see if we can take out the Paladin. Nope, bubble. I'm back onto the tower now that they are pushing and definitely in range here. I'm going to put a lot of pressure on some of these healers for sure. See if I can get their healer down. Their healer's trying to LOS me around the pillar there. I'm going to move a little bit. Should get some steady shots to get more energy. Focus back. I do not have True Shot right now, so I can't just one-tap him. But in any case, I'm going to keep pressure on, so he's got to heal himself and run. Right? Get him out of here. He didn't die. He went ahead and shadow melded that one. That's fine. We're fighting by the tower. The score is pretty close. Neither side's mage is down. These are all HKs legitimately from the match so far. And for once, Blizzard's matchmaking system didn't totally screw one side or the other, man. I guess you can get it right every once in a while. Even a broken clock's right, you know, twice a day. Jeez. They're still too close to the tower. I don't want to get at the very edge there where that Death Knight can grip me out of here. That's not good. Take him out. Let's see if we can get him. Get this Death Knight out of here. They got a Blood DK that backfilled in now, too, I got to worry about. The Blood DKs, you got to worry about them more because they have more charges. Especially if they went around and got their books, then they will have 3 death grips. That's not good. Oh, man. I think it's funny, though. People think that if you play more defensively that you're a noob with the AA, though. There's some people in the chat saying the AA is a noob. Well, let's see how many times I lose the AA this match, and then you can see who the noob really is, right? I've got a little bit of experience, man. And, you know, it's a lot easier to take the AA away from the hunter, man. Because once you get the hunter to use his trinket turtle, they're pretty much history. So, hey, the fact that I can get out of most sticky situations and keep this AA out of the Alliance's hand, sometimes that's better than doing the top damage with it, right? Because obviously if it gets into the wrong hands on their team, this would have been probably in the history books on their side. You do not want their top DPS to have it. Dirty Bird's obviously putting in that work, though. He's got top damage without the AA. And totally smashing the other guy that's complaining. Hey, I'm not doing too bad. I'm number 3 on the leaderboard, so I got a little bit of damage. Can't beat Dirty because I'm so far behind now, but hey, I can try. We are breaking them. Do not relent. Don't abandon F1. Yeah, we do not want to abandon this spot because that gives them easy access to take out our mage. And that 30 points will put them right back in the ball game here. We're almost pretty good here with a lead. Like I said, if they drop that mage, then it's almost tied again. Finish off Lizzie. Got him. Yeah, buddy. Also, when you are focusing on players, you do not want to attack anybody that is wearing plate for sure. Obviously, all the non-plate wearers will take more damage from physical attacks as on the hunter here. See if we can take out the priest. This is one of their last healers that's up here. priest, we got the 2 druids. They're falling back. Yeah, they're wiping. Once you get them wiped like this and they start falling back, as long as they don't regroup and bring their entire team back, we'll be able to keep the momentum and keep putting pressure on and pushing them. Still good on our Mage Tower. That's good. I'm going to go back here. Stop ice walling us off. I mean, yeah, pretty much, right? They have a lot of people that are still putting a lot of pressure on us. Their blood decay is right up in our face. Not really all up in our business, though, so we're not falling back yet. It's very possible we may have to. This is just going to be an HK farm, it looks like. Probably should send a small team to just drop their mage and get that 30 points, though, if we're going to sit here and farm HKs. Sometimes that's what you need to help get the match over a little bit quicker. The healing in this match is insane, man. Look at all the people that got almost 1 billion or more heals. Jeez, that's a shit ton of damage. You would think one day Blizzard is going to go in and make a stat squish again, right? Yeah, they don't really like to see these huge numbers, and you can tell that because once you cross over the 4 billion stat, you go back down to 0. Why is that? That's because Blizzard is storing the damage numbers in 32 bits instead of 64. That means once you hit 4.3 billion roughly, it's going to go back down to 0 because it can't carry the 1 into the upper 32 bits of the full 64-bit variable if it was. I don't know if they're going to actually change that to 64, or like I said, they're just going to do a stat squish, but one of the two is definitely in the works, I would say. We're starting to fight and dwindle them down here, but this is just going to be a slow grind to down to 0. Trying to fight the warrior, that's probably a bad target. Switch over to the chamois. Hacks. What are you hacking? Hey, I broke 1 billion damage now finally as well. Obviously, you know, whenever I'm in the team fights, I'm not really focused on doing my maximum rotation damage. I'm just trying to get on the targets I think that can go down. Especially knowing how hard the hunter can hit with the AA. You want to focus fire on a target and just unload and send them back to that graveyard. Man, that warrior was so close. We have 13 people attacking the warrior, and he's just staying alive because of all these heals. We got to get the healer down. There you go. Gripped in the shaman. Can we drop the shaman? Thunder. Kill him. Everybody switch over. If we had everybody that was on the warrior on the shaman, he'd be dead. There he goes. Sometimes, man, you just got to tell everybody to refocus, right? Looks like the paladin. We are on the paladin. No, the paladin's going to live. Paladin's probably usually the last one you want to take out just because they have so many ways to defensively get out of there. I mean, to be fair, I think the healer that is more susceptible to a burst is going to be the druid, right? Because they got more hots and everything. They do have nature swiftness for a big heal for instant cast, but pretty much once they get that, they are gone. They can go into bear form, I guess. But hey, obviously they're going to get some buffs down the line for sure. Priests went up in the air, goes down. That's another healer that's biting the dust. Flags back at F2. Finally, we got that warrior down, man. There were so many people attacking the warrior, and Trix is going back to the graveyard. Dropping another priest healer. Get these healers down, the rest of them will melt. There was another ice wall, but that wasn't ours. Lions do have 4 mages. You got to make sure that when you put the ice wall down, you're not blocking your team, you're blocking theirs. Blood decay is going down pretty good right now. Almost to the graveyard. Yeah, looks like they're going to make it there. Shaman's down. We got another shaman over here. Polymorph over there on the left. The mage is going to go ahead and ice block. The rogue, put that hunter's mark on him just in case they want to vanish out. Almost got him. They ran out of range a little bit. Sadistics down too. Yeah, I mean, we just keep putting the pressure on. Right now, you can see they have a ton of people that are just running back to the team fight. You can look over there on the BG enemy frames and see how many people are dead and got to respawn. Got to take them out. Finish them. Monk's off to the side over there, just mounted up, standing there. What was he doing? I don't know. Here comes that warrior that thinks he's hot shit again. Well, the warrior's not so much without all the 10 healers spamming on him, right? Down. Finish off the priest. We almost got another push back to F4 here. At this point, how far do we keep pushing? Because eventually the momentum can change. especially when you start pushing around their Mage Tower. This is a very bad bottleneck for sure, to the left of that Mage Tower. Sometimes it's almost impossible to push through. It just depends on what kind of fortification they got going on up here. Got some more ice wall action. Yeah, that one is ours, it looked like, though. In any case, we're going to try. See if we can get through the bottleneck. We're almost through. If we really can just run through and get on top of that flag, most of them will fall back to their gladiators. I'm trying to take out the Paladin heal. Paladin doesn't have bubble for another 10 seconds, but if you can't finish them in that 10 seconds, there's no point, because they're just going to bubble when they get low. Try to take out the Warlock instead. Yep. Got rid of the Affliction lock. Affliction, I feel, is in a pretty good spot this season, right? It does quite a bit of damage. We are starting to get control of this F5 area. We have people still at Crossroads capping the flag. Really? The warrior's name is the Druid. That's pretty funny. And we got to take out Crack. Get them down. They're going to try and blink. You got to be careful when they go over that way, because they're trying to lure you into those NPCs. Granted, I guess the NPCs don't hit that hard, but it is definitely a nuisance for sure. We're going to start doing some damage to everybody on the bridge here soon. Taking out the ones that made it a little bit further. Got to stay back a little bit because their gladiators are still here. I'm kind of surprised, man. Their DKs are not doing any kind of grips. Their one DK is in the graveyard, and their name is Obituary. I like that. That's funny. And their blood DK is not quite putting a lot of pressure on us, but hey, they're still at the front of the line. I'm going to get in their Mage Tower, though, since I have the book. See if I can get some hits on this bridge. Try to take out the Paladin healer. Where's the bubble? There it is. You can see when it's coming. Here's another healer. Tranquility. I'm going to interrupt that for sure. Got a lot of AoE. Look at all those numbers going off, man. That Valley for sure. Yeah, Valley is pretty nice, man. It puts explosive shot on a couple targets as well. I don't know. I never used to run with Valley before, but they got rid of Barrage, so you got to go with what you go with, right? We're pretty much cleaning them up. We only got to get 15 more kills at this point, and the match is over with. Obviously, the flag is too far back. There's no way we're going to be able to push in and take out the boss for the Grand Marshal Trimblade kill. So it's going to be won by reinforcements. I'm at 1.48 billion damage. Dirty's at 1.75. Yeah, there's just a lot of damage and numbers going off for sure. I'm surprised their rogues are not up here in the tower. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll come up. You never know, right? I still got Trinket and Turtle and everything, though, so if they come up here, I should be able to survive. There's a rogue down there. He's coming to the tower, maybe. You can see him on the bottom right of the screen. He's going down, though. They almost got him already. I'm still trying to mess with the people on the bridge. Let's take out the rogue. Now let's get on the DK. I'm going to jump down. Finish off the DK. Bye-bye. 9 points left to go. It wasn't doing me much good sniping people on the bridge because there's not enough people on them. And they're in the back line like that. They'll be able to easily get healed from all their healers that are in the back too. 8 more kills. This warrior is going to be one, right? Well, yeah, warrior, you ran in too far. We got the evoker that's going to fly by and teleport back. Can't shoot through the dragon walls. Smoke bombs up there too. Paladins bubbled. They're running into us. Some of them are just feeding now. They want the match over with, it looks like. Yeah, they're just running right into us. Here's another pally. Take them out. 3 more kills. Shaman's down. Rogue's down. And looks like Lizzie for the last kill there. Nice game, man. 26-0. I will take it. I didn't beat Dirty Bird in damage. I did 1.57 billion. Dirty hit 1.92. Looks like Helixer. 1.75 billion heals for the win. May all of your random battlegrounds be epic. 1,000 battles, 1,000 victories. Until next time, GG for the Horde.